So, you found yourself in the world of superheroes. You don't know how you got there, whether it was drug gun or a random wormhole. Honestly, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you're not a superhero. Superpowers, no tragic backstory that unlocks something cool, no radioactive anything. You're just a normal civilian trying to live your life in a world that has completely lost the plot. So, how's it gonna go? Spoiler, not great. The commute. Let's tackle the most immediate issue, getting to work, or anywhere for that matter. It already sucks in the regular world, traffic delays, and people who think deodorant is optional when you're all cramped inside a public bus. But it's a whole another animal in superhero world. Just imagine being late to work and there's a man in great cape throwing hands with a 40-foot kaiju directly above the main road. The shockwaves alone are enough to topple cars in a 50-foot radius. And they don't even move the fight, they just go at it wherever they feel like it, the bridge, downtown, and apparently your road specifically. And now you're late again, and your boss is looking at you like you're the one making excuses when you say I was stuck in a superhero battle when it was on the news. There is now a crater where the roundabout was just yesterday. Just leave early, they say, like you're the unreasonable one, like you're supposed to predict that a deranged villain choose a casual Monday for his world domination arc. You've started sleeping at work. Honestly, it's just easier. Property damage. Let's play a game. Think of any superhero movie, any one. Count the number of buildings destroyed in the final act. I'll wait. Yeah. Now imagine that's your city, your neighborhood, and your apartment building specifically, and of course, it's your apartment building. Imagine coming home from work and the top 3 floors are just gone, not damaged, gone. There's a superhero shaped hole going straight through your apartment, and your bedroom now has an open floor plan. So you go to the insurance agency, the guy looks at your file and tells you they won't be paying out because the damage falls under Act of God. Act of God. The man has a LinkedIn. He went to a state university. He hosted a talk show last week where he talked about his skincare routine. He's not a god. He's just a guy in a tight spandex with questionable decision-making skills. And somebody needs to pay for the security deposit. But nobody does, because technically the superheroes saved the city, so your apartment is just collateral damage. The fact that the city needed saving from a villain who the hero personally bullied in childhood is apparently not relevant to the insurance adjuster. You are renting now, permanently. Nobody will sell you a house in the city with active superheroes. The mortgage risk is insane. The economy. And speaking of money, here's what happens to an economy when buildings get vaporized on a semi-regular basis. Construction costs go through the roof, literally, because the roof keeps getting destroyed. Certain jobs become simultaneously the most necessary and the most dangerous careers on the planet. Infrastructure workers, building contractors, anyone whose job is to fix things in a city where things gets broken by people who can bench press a tank. Your office gets relocated, then relocated again, not because the company is expanding, because the previous location no longer structurally exists. Your laptop now has survived longer than the 3 office buildings. You feel oddly proud of this. Don't even get started on local businesses. The coffee shop near your office? Gone. Collateral damage from the ice fallen incident last spring. The owner just renovated. Brand new espresso machine and everything. There's now a memorial plaque where it used to be, for the hero who fought there, not the coffee shop. Not for Marco, who made the best Americano in the entire city, for the hero. Marco deserves a plaque. Therapy. At some point, the experiences start adding up. You've been held hostage twice. You watched your apartment building get cut in half. You were present during the downtown laser incident and you still flinch at red lights. A licensed professional suggests you might benefit from talking to someone. So you go to therapy, and the therapist is great, very understanding, very calm, right up until you start describing what happened and she realizes this is not normal stress, this is completely different category of problem that her degree did not prepare her for. There is no literature on recurring civilian collateral damage syndrome. There is no established framework for processing the experience of being used as a bargaining chip by a man in a skull mask. Your therapist is essentially making this up in real time, and to her credit, she is trying her best. She suggests breathing exercises for when you feel overwhelmed. You were buried under 6 floors of rubble for 4 hours while 2 people with combined destructive power of a small country fought directly above you. Breathing exercises. Eventually, you develop your own coping mechanisms. You learn to read the sky, certain cloud formations, certain distant sounds, a specific quality of silence that means something is about to go very wrong very fast. You get good at identifying the nearest structurally reinforced building within 1 block radius at all times. Your therapist calls this hypervigilance. You call it survival instincts. Tomato, tomato. The aftermath. Here's the part nobody ever talks about. After the battle, after the hero wins, after the speech on the rubble, what actually happens next? Everybody just goes back to normal. Incredibly fast. Disturbingly fast. The crater from Tuesday's kaiju fight is filled in by Thursday. The building that got cut in half has scaffolding up by Friday. By the following week, someone's opened a cafe on the ground called Ground Zero Roast and it's doing great business. Humanity's ability to normalize absolutely insane things is genuinely staggering. Within 6 months, the battle site is a full tourist destination. There are kitchens, there are guided walking tours. Someone is selling I survived the incident t-shirts for $20 and people are buying them completely unironically. You buy one, you're not proud of it, but it fits really well and the fabric is actually great quality. Conclusion. So that's your life as a civilian in a superhero world. Expensive, loud, structurally unstable, occasionally held hostage in a warehouse while a guy explains his origin story, constantly being told you're the real hero by someone who can bench press a fighter jet. Would you trade it for a normal world? What will your civilian experience be? Drop it in the comments below, and while you're down there, don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, cheers.